Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to know when it's time to run away and also how to brawl against multiple opponents. So we are playing the WZ-111 and we are top tier on Westfield with no artillery, which is really awesome. But there are a lot of tank destroyers. They've got an E3, they've got a Yag Tiger, a T95. So because of that, I don't really want to play up on the top of the hill here because I only have 7 degrees of gun depression, and if I'm poking over to shoot at tanks, I'm probably going to get hit by those TDs, which are more than likely going to be camping back in this area in the bushes here. So what I want to do is I want to push up to the left side of this kind of little ridge here, and I'm going to look for shots at guys that might be driving kind of through this area. I'm going to be trading with tanks here, looking for shots in this area. So as I move up here, the enemy T-57 is actually making a really smart play by diving down into the low ground here, and by him doing that, just sitting in that corner back there, I can't play this position now, because anytime I move forward to try and get shots at anybody, he's going to have the opportunity to clip me out in the side, put 4 into me, and maybe I'll only get 1 in return into him. So right away, I know I have to leave this flank. I need to go somewhere else. And you can see my team's already taking a lot of punish over here. So this is not going well for us. So I want to leave and try and get my gun active somewhere else. So I'm shifting over to the southeast now. And I see that our T10 is really overcommitted. He's getting pushed by 2 tank destroyers. So I want to get up here and see if I can get some shots in while he's alive. Maybe try and save him. So I'm moving up here to try and poke over. And he gets killed by the T95. And this is my first mistake here. He's dead. This T-28 is already shifting to look at me, but I keep going over here to try and put a shot into him. Very poorly aimed shot on my part. I take a hit from the T-28, then to make matters worse, I get hit by an UDES, which is unspotted somewhere in the back as well. So I've lost a ton of hit points, haven't gotten any damage in yet. Not a great start to the battle. So I'm shifting over some more, trying to take a new position, looking for this T-95. I've got AP loaded, and I've already queued up heat for the next round because his cupolas are even difficult to penetrate with AP sometimes. Gets spotted again by the the T-28. Our T-30, who's down here, puts a big hit into the T-28 there, so he backs down. Now, looking for a shot on the T-95 here. I use my AP round, knock down the destructible stone wall there so I can actually see the T-95. He makes a good play by shifting, going behind the building there, and he's behind another destructible wall, so I can't hit him. I have heat loaded. If I fire heat, it's just going to hit the destructible wall, and it won't do anything. It'll just detonate on the wall. He takes a hit from the T-30. Now he's down to a 1 shot, which is good. Looking for a shot on the T-28 here because he's poking up on me. Put 1 into his cupola. And then he gets killed by the IS-3, which is poking over the side of the hill there. T-95 fires, so I'm looking for an opportunity maybe to snipe his cupola now, but the T-30 picks up the kill on him. Spot there, Centurion 7-1 in the back there. Remember, I have heat loaded. I fire 1 round. I was hoping they would go into his hull, but it just hits the wall there. That was in front of him, detonates on the wall. So I'm pushing this wreck a little bit here, trying to get some cover, moving up again. I've got AP loaded now. Fire a shot. Unfortunately, it hits the house that he's halfway behind there. Reloading again, looking for a shot, aiming in. That one luckily goes in. Get a good high roll there on him. Now, at this point in time, I just want to draw your attention to the fact that we have a 1-shot Ferdinand, which I haven't noticed yet, and our IS-3 is also low HP, and there's a Conqueror that's poking on him, and they also have the T-57 over there, and then they have these tanks over in this area as well, which presumably are moving up. So at this stage, if I was paying a little bit more attention, but I was kind of focusing on shooting the tank in front of me, this is when I should really be considering running away before it's too late, because it's about to get to the point where it's too late, but I'm kind of tunnel visioning, so this is another mistake on my part. This is when I probably should have started to run away, so that I had as best chance to escape as I could have possibly had. But I'm not going to quite do that yet. So you'll see I take my time to aim another shot here. So I can put another one into the Centurion. He tracks me. I'm safe, so I don't use my repair kit. I don't feel I need to. But now I'm noticing, oh shit, my IS-3 is about to die. You know, I start backing up. I'm looking over to my left. I see that this T-57 is distracted by the Ferdinand. I want to try and put a shot into him before he backs down. I miss, and then the T-110E3 comes around the corner. Luckily, I bounce him. He doesn't penetrate me. If he did, that would have been really bad. And then I bounced the Lova as well. And if they had both penetrated me, I would almost be dead by now. So now, definitely time to run away. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use these buildings here to cover me as I escape. So that the T-110E3, he's not going to have a shot on me because the building is obstructing his line of fire. So I'm using the buildings for cover as I run away. Take a snap on the Centurion there, misses. Going away here. And then I get tracked by the Lova. And then the Centurion bounces me again. So I got really lucky here. If those shots were penetrating, I'd be dead right now. But basically, it just came down to luck that I survived that situation because I did leave it too late to escape. So I needed to make that play sooner to guarantee that I was going to make it out in one piece. And it just came down to those lucky bounces. So I'm relocating over to the southeast again now. I want to get down in the valley here where I'm safe and I can move around unspotted. And we've won the 0 line, which is good. We have our 263 here. You know, there's a bat chat over here. So what I want to do now is I want to move over to this position because that 263, I feel like he's probably going to get shot by some of the TDs that are probably camping back here. And I want to be able to have shots on them if they get lit. And I actually spot the Egg Tiger myself, but he also spots me. So immediately I'm backing down. And the reason I'm backing down is because they still have this Waffenträger Panzer IV who's not been spotted. You can see here in my mod pack, I have this set up. It shows me which tanks have been spotted and which ones are currently spotted. So the Waffenträger's not spotted at all. There's no light bulb next to him. White means the tank has been spotted. Yellow means the tank is actively lit on the map. So because he's not spotted, I presume he's back here, and I don't want to sit up here in the open for him to shoot at me, and I'm not going to be able to return fire because he's got better camo. So backing down because I got lit. This angle probably not going to work now that they expect me to be there. The 263's, moving up. He's actually more in cover now because he moved up closer to the rock, so he's probably okay. I'm going to shift back. And you can see as well now, our 140 is moving up through the middle of the town here. So I actually want to move up again, re-engage on this line, and I want to support him because he's a top-tier medium tank, and we're going to need him to win this battle, so I don't want him to just go in and die by himself. I want to try and support him if I can. So driving through the city here, zooming out a little bit, just seeing if I can spot trees getting knocked down or other things being destroyed. And then you can see there are T-30s over on the left side. They're pushing down the one line towards our tanks that are defending our base. He takes a hit there, either stops or gets tracked. So I want to see if I can put one into him while he's sitting there, aiming in. I'm got AP loaded, so I can shoot through this wall here, fire through the wall, go through, hits him. And you can see now our 140's actually lost a lot of health very quickly. He's getting pressured. And right now, I actually should probably be supporting the 140 that's in front because he's in danger of dying. But at the time, my thought process was, I want to kill this T-30 because once the T-30 dies, it's going to allow these guys to keep pushing up the one line, and then they're going to be able to support us in the middle here. So I'm aiming in, take a shot, but the T-30's round actually just connects right before mine does, so I didn't even get any damage there, unfortunately. So shift over, fire one to the Egg Tiger. The 263's pulled up, and he actually takes out the Conqueror, which is advancing. So now, I'm just going to be fighting the tanks in front of me. Take a kind of speculative shot towards where the Centurion 7-1 was last spotted. Sitting behind the building here, and you can see the Yag Tiger starts to push now. So kind of fire one off against him. I think that one just kind of bounced off his side, actually. And right now, I'm using the building for cover. The 140 is using the building for cover. We're now in a 2v1 because now the E3 is coming into play. This is brawling. In this situation, it's 2 versus 2, but the E3's got full HP. The Egg Tiger's still got like half HP. The 140, he's a one-shot for both of them probably. I'm a two-shot basically. So in this situation, I need to try and keep my gun as active as possible because it's going to take multiple shots from me to try and kill these guys. And, it's only going to take like three shots from the enemies between them to kill me and the 140. So I need to try and stay safe at all possible cost, not taking any damage, but I have to keep my gun active, use my DPM as much as I can in this fight. I can't just, trade one shot for one shot. I can't take a 750 alpha shot from the E3 and trade one in return, and he's got a much better chance of penetrating me than I do him, because I have to hit him in the lower plate, like dead on, which is a lot more difficult. So this is how you brawl, basically. You have to try and keep your gun as active as possible without taking damage, and it's made a lot easier here by the fact that I've got all this cover here. So I'm using the house for cover. I'm keeping an eye on both the E3 and the Yegg Tiger. The Yegg Tiger's looking at me, so the 140 pulls out. He puts a shot into the Yegg Tiger. Unfortunately, I take a hit from the Waffle, which is way off on the side. He's actually pushing our guys down here, but he's actually looking at me, so he puts one into me. I put one into the Yegg Tiger, and I'm backing up, and I'm actually using the Yegg Tiger for cover from the E3 here. You can see I'm going to be backing up behind this building, and the fact that the Yegg Tiger is in between me and the E3 is actually going to prevent him from potentially putting a round into me, which is really important when you're in these brawling situations, especially when there's like no cover available. You can actually use enemy tanks as cover from other enemy tanks. You can dance around them, especially when they're tank destroyers and they don't have a turret. You can hide behind an enemy tank destroyer to cover you from another enemy tank so they can't shoot you. So that's what I'm doing right here. He's blocking the line of fire, so I can back up behind this building safely. The 140, again, he can now shoot at that E3 because he's looking in my direction. Yegg Tiger rushes me. I reload in time. I pick up the kill. 140 is getting rushed again by the Centurion 7-1, so I back up to see if I can get a shot into him, but he backs up as well. E3 turns to 140, fires, misses, so now I know I'm good to move up and take a shot very easily. He's looking at the 140 still. I put one into him. Centurion 1 gets killed, and right away, suddenly we're at 14-9, whereas just, a couple minutes ago, not even, the battle was, we were losing, and then it was even, and we were down hit points, and very quickly you can see how things reversed because our team actually played very well. We did everything perfectly, basically. These guys made a huge mistake by just kind of pushing straight through the open or pushing into the city like this, putting themselves into crossfires. So it didn't work out too well for them. So that gives you kind of an idea of how quickly things can, reverse when everybody's working together as a team. And then the E3 goes down to the 140. So that hopefully you guys found that informative and taught you a thing or two about when it's time to bug out and how to brawl in those kind of 2v2 situations. But that's applicable to even 2v1 or 3v1. Sometimes you're going to find yourself in that kind of situation, and you have to try and eliminate guns, use your DPM as much as you can, and engineer cover from whatever you can, whether it's using a house or even destructible houses, or even using enemy tanks to block the enemy. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you later.
I don't know what you want. Let's have